Welcome to another episode of Inside Wilmington College Athletics. I'm Micah Mills, Assistant Athletic Director, and I am here with our head women's basketball coach, Janel Blankespoor. Coach Janel, welcome to our show.
Thanks for having me.
Man, so excited. Obviously, basketball coach myself, great time of year. But what are you most excited about for just as this new season, a new group of athletes? What are you most excited going into this year about?
I think the journey this year, because last year was like a sprint, and this year is a marathon. You know what I'm talking about.
For sure.
I mean, it was a bit of a marathon in terms of the practices went on forever and so forth, but the game and the season itself was really, really abbreviated. This year we have a longer, hopefully, longer season. And I think that's a benefit to us being younger, hopefully that we build and grow and get better. I keep telling them I'm hoping that we're stronger by the end and that we're finishing the race at our peak. Versus if we were in a sprint situation, I'd be a little more worried with a younger group right now that we would have to like take off right away. So seeing them grow, obviously feeling that this is my team and not having that kind of like limbo spot, kind of cool, and just to start to build not just this year but for the future and putting things in and putting my stamp on everything and kind of seeing how that comes into fruition. For
sure. So speaking of, last year you obviously were in the interim role as head women's coach, and then you got tagged as the official head women's coach for here and hopefully for the foreseen future. What would you say are some just cultural pieces that are unique to hopefully what you're trying to build into our young ladies this upcoming year and for the future?
Yeah, so last year I did take some of the rope and start to do some things just because I had to be myself no matter what.
Absolutely.
And keep my own identity as a coach. And I saw the benefits of it, and obviously this year just taking it up another level and with the confidence knowing it's me. So our value system is making a positive impact, and we work on instilling that. We do a team activity every single week. We meet with our leaders every single week. So we're always trying to implement our values, and it's not just a talk about thing or anything. We try to actually live it, be it, practice it, everything that you can possibly think about doing it. And I think the biggest thing I've been trying to change is a lot of just the overall aura of the program. And I think I got some good feedback last year, and not just on the court, but how we were more involved around campus and how our players were conducting themselves and stuff. Not that it was bad before, but just a different presence in that sense. And then also just like the team environment, like I'm doing individual meetings yesterday and wrapping up them today, and how they feel that last year the chemistry got better and this year it's even another level better. And obviously that's what you want as a coach, is to keep building that chemistry. And what they all say, like one reason they love being here, they want to play for each other, and that's a big piece of it.
That's huge.
So that's where you feel like, okay, the little things we're doing is adding up and being impactful.
That's awesome. And when you're talking about that leadership standpoint, meeting with your leaders, who are some of your team leaders that have emerged, for this upcoming season?
So this year, our two seniors, Kennedy Lewis and Brooke Davis, were leaders, and then I selected Khalees Jones to also join with them. More on a personality basis. I needed a kind of a different person, and we actually did a disc assessment with the NCAA, so I kind of know where they are, and I knew Kennedy and Brooke was similar, and I needed someone to offset them a little bit, and sometimes that makes some friction and some conflict, but that's okay, because I want them to I want a little diversity in their mindset and how they approach it. But even though those guys are the only ones, those are dubbed the leaders and the ones I meet with weekly, there are other leaders on this team. There's other people, I tell them all the time, you might not be dubbed right now, but you're still a leader in your role, or you're a leader in doing this, X, Y, and Z. And we do have a couple more of those people on the team right now as well. Awesome.
So what are we looking forward to seeing this year's team? Are we got a lot of size and we're looking to be big and physical? Are we just kind of be fast, shooting, attacking? What are kind of some of your ideas and thoughts on what you're hoping to see this team kind of grow into as some strengths?
We're not big. we're not tall. The roster speaks for itself if you go online and see it. We lost the height last year. We lost the Binkley height on the wing, and I actually sat back and I was like, we had like 5'10" 5'10" starters last year, and this year we have one of them. So,
Okay.
It's shorter. So it's kind of trying to go with the speed kill mentality. I think a quickness and athleticism is high level, and I think it can surprise some people. Obviously, kind of worry about if we had to play a different tempo, how that will impact us, but I think we have the ability to possibly impose our will as much as possible. So we want to play as fast as possible, both offensively and defensively this year. So we modified our offense a little bit to kind of cater to what we feel will impact his team, but also building future team. And defensively, I thought we made some strides last year, which was crazy, given that we didn't get to do contact until January 7th.
Right.
And I'm like, how did the defense get better with a very short, limited time? So I guess it gave me some hope, like, okay, we were doing something kind of right last year, and now the pieces even got quicker and faster and more defensive-minded. And in the first couple of scrimmages, it seemed to look pretty good. So now that we get into game action and people can scout us, I'm very curious to see how our defense holds up.
Okay, and speaking of game action, obviously starting off the season with Mount St. Joe right around the corner tomorrow, and when you watch this, it'll be today. What are you excited about, or what are you guys anticipating in this first game of the year matchup, and looking forward for as yourself as a coach?
Yeah, I think it's a really good first game for us. They will have the best player on the court. They have a preseason All-American on the court. Averaged about 24, 26 a game last year. So we're going to get tested.
Right. That defensive mindset, it comes out early.
Like, it's going to come out early, kind of see how we handle her. She's a smaller guard, so at least it's not like a post player or something like that. But she's super quick. She plays fast. This game could be a speed race because she plays fast. They have a couple other players that play fast, and that's kind of been Dan, the coach down there, the MO. They kind of go chaotic and kind of go a little bit faster as well. So I could see it being a foot race. I believe we would beat them at that if it happens, but I also got to be kind of cautious. I'm going into the game with thinking, okay, if it becomes too much and that's a benefit to them, then I need to have a second tempo option and a backup plan. But they bring back a couple key players, and they're the younger team, so there's that. But he also has some really good young freshmen coming in. Kara King from Purcell Marion was a very highly touted player last year, and a girl from Afrocentric as well, a very high-level high school team. So kind of the uncertainty a little bit with some of the incoming, you don't know, you're kind of going in blindly, which you understand that too. But we do know that, for example, Habathy and Jansen are two very good players that they're bringing back.
Okay, good. I'm looking forward to definitely diving in and watching online and checking you guys out, and hopefully walking away, starting the season off 1-0. I would be remiss if I don't bring up and just have you share maybe a little bit of you already have one young little child, a little girl that's around a lot, and it's great to have her in the office, but you have one on the way as well. So what has that been like so far this preseason, expecting but also trying to lead your young ladies the right way?
Sometimes I gotta take a break.
I'm sure.
I'm like, oh yeah, I can't do as much as I want. I've definitely delegated a little bit more, the assistants, or I try to at least, and there's times, I still catch myself standing, like, sit back down. I have a wheelie chair at practice a lot of times too, and wheeling around, and they all laugh about it. So, I gotta first take care of myself. I can't be a good coach if I'm not first taking care of myself. So that's first and foremost with me personally. But yeah, it's been interesting, especially as I'm getting very close to labor. I'm doing Thanksgiving and starting to notice my body really getting ready. It's like, oh my gosh, it's really here, and I'm trying to do all this stuff at the same time. But for me, it's actually really important that I show leadership to them, because they might be mothers someday in a leadership role, and I want to be. And I know with COVID and the pandemic, a lot of women got out of the workforce. So I do take some pride saying, it's not easy, and I have to adapt and adjust, but you can still do what you want to do and do it at a high level and try to demonstrate that to them on a consistent basis. I don't think they would tell you that they noticed a significant drop off on me and my level of preparation or intensity or anything like that. I haven't felt that from any of the players, and I try to make sure it's still high level in every way, but also being conscious of myself too, and not overdoing it and doing anything stupid.
I'm sure. Well, that's awesome that they get to see it firsthand and a first eye level basis. And obviously wishing you much success on this upcoming season, but also wishing you a lot of health as well as you proceed through that process of becoming a mother of two now. Yes. through a basketball season.
And I should say something. I do have all the confidence in my assistants taking over for a period of time, and the blessing of being an interim. I've been an interim a few times now.
Yeah.
I know how to prepare.
Right.
I'm trying to help Cass out, and she navigated, on Wednesday coaching some and talking through and just kind of getting her prepared to lead the program for a month and be able to take over. And I know she's eager for the challenge and up for it, and having Mike as a former head coach also on the sideline, just somebody else to kind of do it. So I want to make sure I give a shout out to them that they're gonna do just fine and holding this ship afloat. Maybe they'll even do better. I don't know. I said I'm gonna take the whole year off or something. Like, oh, me, huh? But that's the thing. You got to let that stuff go. You got to trust in other people and make sure that they are prepared as well.
For sure. Well, Coach, hey, good luck on the start of the season, and obviously we'll be watching and we'll be following, and hopefully we start off 1-0.
Yep.
All right.